Welcome, everyone, to episode 44 of the Hoppy Thoughts podcast. Great to have you back. Your ears, your eyes, your mind, etc., etc. We have a great show planned for you all today. We've been talking here and there about gambling, and this will be a more formal show about gambling, I think. Giving us a small homage to gambling with greater emphasis and focus on Kalshi, the Bet on Anything app that I hear so much about, but I was just curious. I'm like, what is this app? What does it do? It's clearly ripe with controversy, so I wanted to talk about it. That's about it.
I think I know why you want to talk about it, but I don't want to say.
What do you mean?
the most recent Trump administration blunder with Kalshi.
I mean, yeah, there's multiple kind of examples of that I've learned. So we'll get to it later, right? But the idea here is that Trump's Truth Social company is launching his speech transcripts and stuff ahead of time for clearly insider training on Kalshi.
Which is crazy because they arrested a Navy SEAL for predicting when Maduro is going to get arrested. And he got arrested on the app. And
same with the teleprompter guy.
And then he was on the team that was picking up Maduro.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny. I think if we were going to do insider trading, let's also be honest, I think that's kind of a stretch. I think that's kind of a stretch for insider trading. If you're on, SEAL Team 6, and you're I know this date we're supposed to be doing this, you don't know what's going to happen.
No.
Shit could hit the fan. It could still end up being the next day. I don't think it's really insider trading because there's still a stretch to
I don't know how many military operations are we'll just push it to next week. I think once they have a day,
I don't think
it
it
always
get pushed to next week. But what if you get there and shit hits the fan? Then it's oh fuck, we're here for 12 hours. What if we had a Bay of Pigs situation?
I mean, I don't know what the bet was actually. It was just a date and a time when Maduro would be captured. What a crazy thing to bet on.
Yeah, I think it was just a date. By January 6th, by January 7th, because it was beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think that's super insider trading. That's the definition of insider trading.
I don't know. I still think that
okay, so
yes, when the date is planned. But what if during the there's additional steps to it?
If you're in the helicopter going to Venezuela, you're gonna do it that day. You can just go on your phone right there. Time to make a quick $100,000 or whatever.
He bet a few $1,000s and made a few $100,000.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah, exactly. That is insider trading 101, I would say.
I don't know. He did a lot of work. I feel like he should get that one.
What do you mean he did? I mean,
he was on the team.
Yeah,
that's a lot of work. He doesn't get paid enough.
He is him, and similar to the teleprompter guy. He's just a guy. He's not some corporate rich billionaire guy. I understand, but it's the idea that there are collections and collections of people that have insider knowledge before it's publicly accessible, and then they can,
bet on the words in the speech.
Right, exactly.
Before it's even said.
I
think is 1,000%, 100% through and through insider trading. Because he's gonna read for a prompter. There's no way we're gonna deviate from what's being said on the screen. Maybe more gets added in because Trump has been known to kind of derail and have little tangents. But I guarantee you he's gonna stick to what's being said in a script. You're selling the script for monetization, and then from there you have people betting on it. You're, of course, also betting on what's going to be said.
Yeah.
That seems very clear, premeditated, corroborated insider trading.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like if you're I know the date.
In this circumstance, it's unfortunate that the two main examples we know of are just regular people. Regular people. But that's just because it's their personal accounts. They don't bet on this stuff through ghost corporations or through back alley channels. This type of insider trading happens every day. We just don't know about it or hear about it because the money is being routed 17 different places.
Yeah, it's through three
back
different
up
shell
to
companies.
Donald Trump Jr. or some dipshit up there. Anyway, one thing about Trump. Did you see his? Okay, so context. It was there was like a drowning incident, I suppose, on a beach somewhere, and a young lifeguard, he was maybe 16, went out to save someone who was drowning. The kid that he went to go save was like 12 or 13 maybe. Went out to go save him, and the waves were like, this was a very dangerous area. I don't know if it was in Hawaii or California or Florida. The waves were big, crashing down hard. This lifeguard runs out there, grabs onto the victim and is like slowly working his way to shore. And it's like a 20-minute video. That's how long it takes for him to get into the water to the time he gets out of the water with the victim.
Yeah.
And it's very harrowing. These waves are huge and massive, and he's like has the victim ducking underneath the waves every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It was harrowing. And that lifeguard is definitely a hero. Trump invites the lifeguard, again a 16-year-old kid, to the White House, along with the victim, who was alive, along with the victim and the victim's dad. And Trump is like, "Oh, I'm so glad to have you guys here. You're an American hero. You're so brave." He then turns to the victim, who's like this 12-year-old kid, right, and goes, "If that were me, I wouldn't have saved you, because it was so dangerous." He just says that to the kid, and he's like saying it as a joke, but he's like, "Hey, kid, you're lucky that he was there, because if it was me, you'd be dead." The fuck? Is that funny? You're the president of our nation. You wouldn't risk your, just don't say that, you dumbass. Just literally don't say that.
That's literally something you just keep into your inside thoughts. Like, you don't go on TV and be like, Jesus Christ, this kid's a hero. Not me, though. I'm not a hero. I would never do stuff like that. You just don't say that last part. Just don't mention it.
And it kind of felt like you had a level of stupidity jumping in those dangerous waters.
It's his job. It's his actual job.
Like, you're a piece of shit, dude. Like, oh my God. And imagine trying to get a laugh the victim. I can get maybe saying that, to your staffer, your loyalist staffer, who will chuckle.
Yeah,
but you're saying it to the victim.
I could see shock value of you saw it on your phone. There's somebody in the room with you, and you're like, "Holy shit! Look at this! Look at this lifeguard. This lifeguard went out into this water and saved this kid. That's crazy. I would never do something like that. I'm not that strong of a swimmer. Like something, but in the context of showing someone on your phone, what you saw just 2 minutes ago on Instagram is one thing versus standing in front of those people and being like, "Oh my God, I would never do that. You're crazy."
Yeah.
But good job.
Good job. Yeah, he got an award, and he got a Silver Cross or whatever, an award. And if Trump was in the same shoes, he'd be like, "No, you would have died under my watch. I wouldn't have even tried."
Yeah, no, I love my life way too much to fucking get out there with you.
Character.
Dude, and that's one of those moments where it's like, oh, the veil was the curtain was drawn back there for a second. Like it slipped. For sure it slipped.
Yeah, it's been slipping for a while now.
Yeah,
have you seen also
he's definitely been way more inconsistent about his image.
One of his staffers or a secretary or someone, she was this blonde girl, kind of middle-aged blonde girl, who wrote him an apology letter. "I'm so sorry, Trump. I betrayed your trust," or I'm sorry. And trauma dumped to him in this letter. She was basically simping for Trump, being "I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to do this thing for you. Can you take me back as a staffer?" And she's a 45-year-old woman. Or something. I don't have all the context, but dude, these loyalists are crazy people.
I've seen that. I've seen that quite a bit actually.
Slice their wrists if it
what is
had
it with
Trump
these,
live another day.
These MAGA women who are in his administration. There is a little bit of a glorification of Trump that
1,000%
you see. I just don't see clips like that of other men talking about Trump like that.
No.
And maybe the image of it is just different because it's a man saying it versus a woman saying it, so it feels like a little bit more of a glorification to Trump. Yeah. But I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's all weird.
It's strange. I figured that would only happen to Johnny Depp, or something like that. But Johnny Depp's not standing on pulpits going women deserve less rights.
Yeah, no.
It's confusing.
No.
Whatever, God bless him.
His Johnny Depp's clips from his the trial with Amber Heard are so funny.
Yeah,
Or
they are
like,
funny.
He's like, you had a what did he call it? A gigantic glass of wine, or like a giant. He said a
Ginormous.
ginormous, or like giant. It was something silly. It was so silly. You're like, why would you ever call a glass of wine like that? And the giant definitely where he goes, a gigantic glass of wine? I don't know about that. Like,
yeah. There's one where Amber Heard's like psychiatrist is on the stand. I don't know if he was her psychiatrist or someone that she hired just to be a psychiatrist for a day.
Yeah.
But the defense, I guess, Johnny Depp's lawyer was asking him questions, and he would do these weird like mouth movements, like these big licking mouth movements, and they would just cut to Johnny Depp being like, "What is wrong with him? Is he okay?" Yeah, it's crazy.
I like there's like, it's Amber Heard's team cross-examining a like. I actually don't know his relation to the trial in any way. He was some sort of an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
And Amber Heard's lawyer is like, you're really getting your day in court. You're really getting your name out there. Like,
oh, yes. That's a great one.
And he comes back with, like, I could say the same thing about you.
Yeah.
Dude, the whole
Amber
crowd,
as a client.
Yeah, taking Amber Heard as a client. The whole crowd behind her is like, oh, shit. Like,
the guy.
That's so good.
The guy who said that was like a E-News tabloid writer or something, like a tabloid journalist, I think.
I was just like, I don't know what his relation to any of it was.
Dude, that person doesn't give a fuck who you are. Like, he'll cut into you.
Yeah.
That's like his whole job is to do that.
To talk shit in a public format, nonstop.
100%. Well, to kick off gambling, guess what I have?
Degeneracy.
Scratchers.
Fuck yeah.
Dealer's choice. We got diamonds, and then we got Queen of Hearts. Which one would you choose?
I'll do diamonds. Diamonds are forever.
Diamonds is straightforward. You just scratch the winning numbers, quote unquote, and your goal is to get a winning number. And then there's a bonus prize at the bottom if you get it.
So we got, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers. Win prize shown for that number. Reveal a 5x or 10x multiplier symbol. Multiply the prize shown by the amount. Reveal a dollar symbol.
Reading
and instantly win all
helped.
15 prizes. And then I got a bonus. And then reveal a diamond symbol in the bonus area. Win prize shown instantly.
Wow.
Okay, so let's do the bonus.
Fuck. Fail.
I got
Fail
immediately. It says $5.
Then you won $5.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Great, we're broke even. We're already in the green.
Crazy.
I specifically went to the grocery store for these because every time I've been to the gas station to buy these, I've always lost. So I'm like, superstition.
Yeah.
We gotta go to that gas station.
I always get mine at the grocery store.
I know, and we've actually won from those.
We have won from those quite a bit.
Gambling is inherently superstitious, I feel. Once you win once, you're like, I have to continue to do the exact same thing.
Do these.
Even though
I almost bought some the other day, actually.
Shouldn't matter at all. Theoretically.
All right, my numbers are 28, 29, 33.
Okay.
Those are my
28,
numbers.
29, 33. Let's hunt for the numbers.
15.
Not
30.
Oh, so close.
17.
Nope.
31. What a tease. 14.
Yeah. Do you feel like I feel like the machines
12.
that print these do that on purpose?
Oh, for sure.
1,000%.
For sure.
You get so close.
Yeah, definitely. 22, 4, 16, 19. I got a 33.
Oh my God.
33. I don't
Let's
know
go.
Oh,
Let's
another $5.
Hey, we're in the green.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
8.
We've been on a winning streak.
3. Another 33.
Oh my God.
Holy fuck.
Could be thousands of dollars.
It's another 5.
Hey,
So
$15.
That's $15.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Dude,
Did any of
yeah.
them, were there multiplier chances in there?
Yeah, if there's a 5x or a 10x multiplier symbol,
Nice.
I would have got more. But
In the green. If I lose, we're still profiting. Gamblers.
actually,
math.
now that I think about it, like, where would be the multiplier symbol?
I don't know. Gotta go find it.
I guess.
They're off to the side.
None of the rest of these are. Dude, fuck yeah.
Awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, rip it. Let's see yours.
This is why gambling is so addictive.
It's
My
so
turn.
fun.
That's right. Mine, the Queen of Hearts, I have to just beat or get a number higher than 20. And then if other things happen, like if my symbols look a certain way, I get extra money. So we're hunting for a number above 20.
Fuck yeah.
That is right.
I'll tell you my problem is I do this, right? I win 10, 15, $5, right? And then I go,
Yeah. Then you go buy more.
give me some more.
Yeah. Hunting that.
Give me more, Publix lady. I need more to sustain my appetite.
We could be the ones that get the $125,000. That'd be crazy. What do you know? What happens with that? Like, do you have to send in like an email or something?
What first happens is I shit on myself because that's insane. I'd be like, holy fuck!
I got one. $5.
Woo!
Score.
Dude, we're up big time.
We are. This is the biggest winning we've ever had.
Ever.
Man.
This is why you keep gambling. We're like the little miner in the tunnel. Right? There's 2 tunnels.
Another one.
There's
$5.
There's one who's about to strike the diamonds. And then there's the other one who's turned away, and he's got the pickaxe over his shoulder. He's like, ooh. But he turned away as he got to the diamonds.
Yeah.
We got to the diamonds, baby.
Yeah, we're in the diamonds right
Diamonds
now.
are forever.
We are in the diamonds forever. I tell you, on my yes day 2 weeks ago, we went to the casino, and we made decent money. Shelby got a random good hit. This is our strategy. We just go and basically hit random buttons.
Fuck yeah.
And when you're betting like 50 cents a spin, like for me, it's like every 5 spins, like something magical happens.
Yeah,
and
penny slots are the best.
Yeah, it's pretty rewarding. But then you're only getting like $15 back. You know, it doesn't really matter. But she, again, our strategy is to randomly click buttons, and she just clicked a button for it was a $3 bet or something, and that came back with $90.
Whoa!
Score.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm up big time here. I've won $10.
Ooh.
I'm in the green.
Dude, we're up.
We're super up.
We're so fucking
up. Don't think I'm gonna have any more. No, that's it. $10 though.
Damn.
We will take it. Score, dude. And that's gambling for you.
Fuck
Again, I think we talked about this the other day. A scratcher is just selling a single kind of slot screen. And it's kind of nuts that, I mean, I'm sure people buy these all the time, but like, would you go to the casino and do $5 to spin at a slot machine? Like, that goes pretty quick.
Yeah, that goes really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. If you're doing like penny slots, like you gotta, it's not that you have to pace it, but like if I'm doing penny slots, I'm going there for drinking. Because you get free drinks while you're on the penny slots.
Yeah. I've,
So you go over there, you spend like, it's penny slots. If you lose like 10, 15, $20, who fucking cares, right?
Yeah.
I got 3 drinks out of it. And then I go to the blackjack table.
and that's where it all
and then
flushes
I lose
away.
$250.
Yeah, oops. Yeah, I remember when we were, you guys were at our wedding, and you went to different casinos, didn't you? You're like, let's try somewhere else.
We opt.
Let's try something
and then
else.
we ended up paying more at another table. Speaking of betting, I have a buddy of mine in Texas who's going to social clubs, and he's
like poker,
playing in poker tournaments, and he's doing pretty good. He's like in a $100,000 tournament this week, and if he gets to the final table, it'll be like a live stream. And he got placed number 8
That's
in
cool.
the last tournament. Like talking like 150 people.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, that's awesome.
I think the reason why poker and even poker social clubs are here legal in Kentucky. The idea with those is that the house can't take a cut from any of the gaming or dealings. Yeah. You can tip the dealer and you can kind of give away that stuff for free, but the house can't make any money off of what's going on. Yeah. They make money when you buy a drink or order food, that kind of thing. Or they'll sell like streaming credits and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like these social clubs are it's usually you walk in, play poker, that type of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He he was telling me about it this past week. How he's been enjoying it. He's been really trying to be more methodical with playing instead of just like, oh, it's a Friday night, I'm at the casino playing poker and I've had 4 drinks. He's like trying to be more serious about it. But he seems to be enjoying it.
Poker is the only quote unquote gambling game where you can like be a millionaire. I mean,
yeah,
you can very much be better than other people. I mean, it's the only gambling game where you are pitted up against people directly.
Bro, we're in the pipeline somehow. We were talking about Spider-Man earlier, and Tobey Maguire is like a notorious celebrity poker player.
Really?
Yes. I mean,
I
like,
did not know that.
Oh my God! Like a massive,
I've never seen that before.
Massive poker player, and he's really good.
Really?
I mean, I'm sharing what I've read online. I don't know the man personally, but
I know
yes.
like Kevin Hart and other people will like kind of go to these things every once in a while. But I've never heard of a big name like that per se.
Yeah, he is. Apparently, it's like his like main thing right now is playing poker. If I remember correctly, somebody was kind of mentioning him like at these like high end poker tables in secret, but he's taking money from like really, really rich people.
I see.
Often.
Wow,
like,
dude.
He's winning.
With great power comes great responsibility, Toby.
There's also like maybe it was Tobey Maguire as well, but there was definitely like a lawsuit too. That
he used the spider powers to like cheat or something. He used the Spidey sense.
Yeah, something. Also, don't hate me. I'm having a moment really fast.
Yeah. Well, we kicked this off a little bit with gambling. We have more gambling to come. Again, the focus, and we'll get there, is Kalshi, the Bet on Anything app. But leading into that, I wanted to give some history on gambling in general, as I think a ton of people around the world have either gambled or are interested in it or whatever else. You know, it's one of these major human addictions.
Yeah.
You know, it can be addicted to alcohol, addicted to smoking, or gambling. It's a big one out there.
Do you think that...
And if I were to choose to be addicted to anything, it might be gambling.
I was going to say, so as far as addictions go, and like you had to like... I don't want to say like fuck, marry, kill, but like...
fuck, marry, kill addictions.
Yeah, addictions.
I mean, anything related to a chemical substance, like those fuck up your life. And like you can very easily go bankrupt doing that.
Yeah.
While also like losing your life at a dramatically accelerated rate, you know?
I think I would...
And I think gambling is the only addiction in which you can make money.
That's true. That is
no
true.
other addiction, you know, addicted to video games, addicted to porn. You can't make money off any of that. You're only spending money.
Those are lame too, though. Like no one like honors those addictions. That's just like...
That's an excuse.
Yeah. You know, like if you're an alcoholic, it's like people are like, you should like get help. Like that it's like a respected enough addiction that people tell you to go see a professional, right? Whereas like video games, people are like, get a job.
Yeah, just stop being addicted.
Just stop being addicted to it. Get a job.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like I think some of that addiction, quote unquote, is like also a merriment of like social anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, you know, go outside. Oh.
Who's she yelling at us?
I don't think so.
No, I think she's yelling at the dog.
Okay. I mean,
I heard hello. I was like,
same.
What's wrong?
Yeah, same. I forget what I was talking about, but I feel like
addictions.
Porn I have seen someone who is like legitimately addicted to porn or sex.
Yeah.
It was like on a TLC show, you know, like My Strange Addiction.
Yeah.
He was just like spending all of his time watching porn.
That's crazy.
And like spending loads and loads of money on cam girls or talking with these people. And I mean, he was bankrupting himself in a way.
That's another pipeline.
And that's destroying his relationship with his family and friends, which I think is like the two hallmark versions of an addiction.
Yeah.
Like you can enjoy these things, but as soon as it's like bankrupting you or ruining your relationships with your family and friends, those are like hallmarks of addiction. So
yeah. No, I just think that like as far as addictions go,
those are lower on the list. So you'd rather be addicted to porn than gambling?
No. I would definitely rather like something more respectable.
Okay, sure. Respectable.
No, I think gambling's so much fun. That's the problem of all of them. Like,
and you can win money. That's why it's fun.
Yeah. It definitely is.
It's
as
like
long as you don't run out of money.
Yeah.
it's cool.
Everyone loves a good Dave and Buster's.
Just don't
lose.
Lose.
Just don't lose. Just be better at the game.
Just don't lose. Be better at the game.
Yeah.
And then gambling is easily the best one.
Yeah, I agree. Like blackjack, if you play by the book, which is relatively simple to memorize, the house only has like a 1% edge.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Like Las Vegas was built on that 1% edge, which is kind of crazy. Roulette's a little like risky to me in certain situations. Craps I think is fun.
Roulette has like an interesting like thrill to it though. Like,
yeah, you're like, what's gonna happen? There's a suspense to it.
Blackjack, there is like a methodology. It just, in my opinion, is like less fun than something like roulette, where it's like truly, it could be anything. It could be anything. This is fun. Like, truly something that, like, yes, is it in your favor? No, not really.
No.
Like, you're betting in a 50-50 format at best.
Yeah.
Baccarat is red or black.
Entirely 50-50.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's entirely 50-50. What makes the house win more often is that when, like the side bets are terrible for the player. If you do any of the side bets, those are always paying way less than what the odds really are.
I've never played it.
That's usually how the house gets you on anything. They don't pay you true odds. Like if you win on a 10-1 thing, could be roulette, could be anything. They only pay you like 9-1, right? So they like retain that small amount of money. That's how they like maintain their profitability on the game. Yeah. Sometimes that happens. Blackjack games are getting worse and worse in Vegas, I've heard. Blackjacks only pay like 6-5 instead of 2-1. Stuff like that. So, and they have auto shufflers, which makes it like very difficult to, like, it just increases their house edge by another like 1%.
Because it's a true random shuffle.
Yeah.
No, and that's why I think that like poker is in a separate category when it comes to card games, because there is a true skill in comparison to anything else.
Because you're playing against other people.
Like,
you can be better than them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are there any other games like that? Like when you're playing against people? I think poker is like the only one. Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, because blackjack, you're technically playing with the people at the table.
Dealer. Well, did you know that the oldest gambling artifact is a device, I'd call it, a small device called a astragalus? Never heard of that before? It's the ankle bone of a sheep or goat. The small ankle bone looks like a dice, kind of. I mean, it looks like a bone, but it's got like kind of 4 equal sides.
Yeah.
So that was like the early form of dice. These bones that they would get out of sheep and lambs, and they would paint little dots on them, and they would get like it's a 1-4, not 1-6 like our traditional dice.
Okay.
But they would use these bones for that.
That's awesome.
Which is interesting.
That is interesting.
The 6-sided dice showed up in Mesopotamia around 3000 BC. Egyptians played a game called Senet, a board game with throwing sticks buried in tombs by the year 3100 BC. Rome was obsessed with gambling. They had chariot races, and the Circus Maximus was the wagering event of the ancient world with organized fan factions. Roman law actually restricted gambling, but there were certain carve-outs of the year, like for festival times, the biggest one being Saturnalia, which we talked about on the Christmas episode. That was the time of the year where like gambling and prostitution was illegal for like 2 weeks.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So
get it out of your system.
This was one of the first times where it was illegal until it was legal for a time. So like they turned it off, turned it back on type thing.
They said they did the purge like strategy.
Yeah.
To gambling and debauchery.
In a way, yes. And did you know that the Great Wall of China, big pieces of it were built via a lottery system?
No.
So individuals, very similar to scratchers, they would pay money for a chance to win a lottery. And that money was used to build the Great Wall of China. Different parts of it. There you go.
Interesting.
I don't know if anyone actually won the lottery. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. Playing cards emerged in the Tang dynasty around the 9th century, which traveled west and hit Europe in the late 1300s. And within a century, Europe banned all gambling. And in some cases, if you had a deck of cards on you, like you'd be arrested.
I bet you. I mean, there's a lot of like Asia hate. I bet you those first cards that were like produced. I bet you those were fine as hell.
I bet they're like handwritten. Like, did they even have paper?
Like handcrafted cards.
Like they didn't have plastic.
I bet you they were so fucking sick looking though. Like
they didn't have cardboard.
I just know
they just invented paper.
Yeah, but it was like nice paper. You know,
thick paper.
It was like
the nice
so
paper.
thick. But it was like
how could they even like cut
painted.
it like with accuracy?
But they probably just had like a sharp blade that they were able to like. Because in my mind, you have like a almost like a, you know how they have the like the paper cutters now where it's a board. Mm-hmm. There's like that lever that you like create the cut on the actual board itself. Mm-hmm. I bet you that they just had like a really sharp blade and someone by hand like
would cut them. Yeah.
But I bet you they're fucking sleek.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
I feel like,
actually, you know what? I
feel like they would get like stains and stuff all over. There was no
I wonder
cover.
when Mahjong was created. Because Chinese Mahjong is
Mahjong is a very recent thing.
I think the game Mahjong has been around for a while.
It was invented in China during the mid to late 19th century, so like 1850 and
higher.
Never
mind.
Yeah, it's like super new.
Because I was going to say, like, that's essentially just cards on tiles.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah. Well, if you were caught with a deck of playing cards in the 1300s in and around Europe, you'd be arrested for having them.
That's crazy.
That's how, I guess, anti-gambling those places were
so
back
crazy.
Then. In 1638, a place called the Ridotto opens in Venice, a government-sanctioned gambling house created to control gambling during carnival season. The state's reason was that people are going to gamble anyway. We might as well just supervise it and tax it. So this was kind of one of the first casinos, per se, like state-sanctioned casinos, 1638 in Venice.
Yeah.
Roulette's ancestor is often credited to a gentleman by the name of Blaise Pascal, who was reportedly working on a perpetual motion machine in the 1650s. Modern roulette took shape in the 18th century France. The zero pocket on a roulette wheel is actually on purpose to keep the house edge intact, in fact. It'd be interesting. There were times where the roulette wheel didn't have a zero, and it was basically a 50-50 shot for black or red.
Yeah.
But because that zero exists, you could lose
everything.
Yep. Yeah. Very interesting. America's on-again and off-again relationship with gambling goes as follows. Colonial America ran on lotteries in certain situations. They helped fund Jamestown and the early endowments for Harvard, Yale, and Princeton. The Continental Congress used one to help finance the Revolution. So lotteries, man, everyone loves a fucking good lottery.
Yeah, I know, seriously.
In the 1800s, Mississippi riverboats popped up as a loophole to have gambling in a state, where the law states you cannot gamble on land. Well, hey, there's a river just nearby. You can gamble on a boat instead.
Get on the river.
Everyone loves that. The Louisiana lottery became a national corruption scandal in the 1890s after Congress cut off the lottery after clear insider kind of reward system. So basically, only certain people ever won the lottery.
Yeah,
the rich and powerful.
Yeah,
basically, we're just continuing to win the lottery. God bless. Las Vegas. Here's a short timeline on Las Vegas. Year 1931. Nevada legalizes casino gambling. And during this Depression era, when certain people were moving to the area to help build the Hoover Dam, in the Great Depression, you're just looking for any type of job, right? So people were moving there, all sorts of people moving there with their families.
Yeah.
And at the same time, this is one of the few places in the country where you could gamble.
I'm scared to admit this on the internet. But I will admit this to you. Maybe I should start with this. I've never been to Las Vegas.
Neither have
I. I didn't know. Is the Hoover Dam in Las Vegas?
It's nearby.
I didn't know that.
It's like 30 to 45 minutes away, I think.
Oh, okay.
But even still.
Did not know that.
Even still, I mean, you could imagine during that time, everyone is like desperate.
Yeah.
In many different ways. Everyone is kind of starving and hungry. And, you get this little pamphlet in the newspaper like, hey, come to the Hoover Dam. We're needing people to dam up the river.
Yeah.
And then you go there, and there's like this whole new gambling concept, complete open air casino type of stuff. You're like, whoa, this is kind of like the Wild West.
Like, I've made a mediocre amount of money today, but if I take my mediocre amount of money and I go win it.
Bingo. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Bingo. In 1941, 10 years after Nevada legalizes casino gambling, 1941, El Rancho Vegas opens as the first resort on what would become the Strip. 1946, 5 years later, Bugsy Siegel's Flamingo Casino opens with mob money. He's murdered a month later after its opening. The 1950s.
A month? He got to enjoy that shit?
Yep.
Damn, dude. Because, as the owner, dude, he was living lavish.
Oh, I'm sure of it. He's in the 40th floor.
Somebody's like, you're living too fucking large, buddy.
Yeah.
Bugsy
Siegel. In the 1950s, Pfeiffer, I think is how you say his name. The Pfeiffer hearings put organized crime in casinos on national television, so that's when everyone started to realize that, hey, a lot of the Las Vegas development was all powered with mob money, which was more or less collected illegally through organized crime. 1966 to 67, Howard Hughes buys the Desert Inn and starts acquiring casinos. 1967 to 1969, the Corporate Gaming Act lets publicly traded companies own casinos, and slowly the mob is pushed out as Wall Street moves in, buying up their casinos, land, properties, and they start their own development.
Actual money.
Yeah. Now this is like
money that
a different level
money
of
that
evil.
They can use anything with, right? Because I guess this is the 60s, early 70s, so like money tracing probably is way more limited than what it is now. But
for sure. I mean, back in the 60s, 70s, like it was still the Wild West.
I wonder how much they could track cash flow though, because sure you can see large sums, but now they literally trace bills, single bills.
Yeah, I do know that. I don't even know if there were ATMs back then. Were there ATMs back in the 70s?
Definitely.
Because there wasn't. Was there credit cards? Or debit cards?
Fuck, when were credit cards?
I don't think you had. So you were just literally going there in a car with a bunch of cash.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Yeah.
Oh my God, people were getting robbed.
1,000%.
Robbed, bro.
Yeah, I don't think this was a safe place.
No. God bless.
Because you just knew everyone walking around there had massive sums of cash that weren't being traced, meaningfully.
No. What a great town to be a thief in.
Yep. And I love, the mobs move out and Wall Street moves in. Like, oh, great, the heroes are here.
Dude,
these motherfuckers are going after your wallet just in a different way. These guys are coming after
credit
lawyers.
Cards introduced.
Let's look it up.
It's a crazy thought, actually.
Credit card.
Talk about gambling.
Launch? Maybe they came out before. I don't know.
Gambling your credit score.
The first card came out in 1966 in the United Kingdom.
Okay, so if it's 67 to 69 and that's the first card ever, I guarantee you that 99% of people there have cash.
1,000%. And you had to apply and go through a long process, I imagine.
Oh goodness, dude, I'm yawny today. I'm sorry.
1966 probably was a good year. No worries. In 1976 to 78, New Jersey voters approved casinos, and Atlantic City becomes a thing. And up until that time, Nevada had a almost entire monopoly on state-sanctioned gambling.
Yeah, the New Jerseyans were like, I'm tired of going to Las Vegas. Let's put that shit here.
The Wall Street people are like, let's just have this closer, please.
Let's just have this fucking closer. Yeah. Tired of flying.
In 1988, Indian Gaming Regulatory Act creates the framework for tribal casinos, which is interesting that it came so much after Las Vegas. I thought kind of Indian casinos, reservation land casinos were actually before, but no, they were relatively recent, 1988.
I wonder if there's legislation that specifically paved the way for that to be created. Right? Maybe there were on reservation casinos, and then there's a question of their legality. And so then legislation paved hey, yes, they can do this. This specifically does go to members of the reservation, right? Members of the tribe.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Huh.
Fast forward a little bit. In 1992, sports betting was effectively banned everywhere except Nevada. However, fast forward to 2018, 2026, this kind of modern era, mobile sports betting is becoming more and more of a thing.
Yep.
In 2021, Kalshi launches, and then in 2025, Kalshi starts to list sports betting and things adjacent. One major thing as we get into Kalshi here is that Kalshi markets itself on, bet on everything. Bet on what politicians say. Bet on global oil prices. Bet on all these things.
Do they even say bet?
I'll get into the specifics. I think it's like wager. That's, I think, the term that they use.
Okay.
Or they might not use these terms at all. I don't have the app, and I'm not going to get it. But you'll learn that they are skirting this so close to a blurred line of if it's legal, illegal to be doing what they're doing, essentially.
It's how I...
it's just a loophole.
It's how I invested into the outcomes of Joey Chestnut on 4th of July.
Yeah,
which I was one dog off. I was one dog off.
I terrible.
said I think I said 69. And then
it was 68.
It was 68.
Man, doesn't Joey Chestnut know? See, why couldn't Joey Chestnut just make his own bet? I'm going to stop at 68.
I mean, he could, but the problem is if he did stop at 68 and then he made $150,000 on top of his winnings, then yes, the argument could have been made that he specifically stopped at 68.
Yeah. That's the whole point. Anyone could do these types of things.
Yeah.
Anyone could just, manipulate the outcome. A lot of people can.
Yeah.
Especially if it's betting on one person doing a thing. That person could just do or not do the thing.
It's the streaking at a sporting event concept.
Right. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Very similar. The way that the app works and the way that they are skirting around these kind of legal things, I guess, is that they're propositioned like a stock trade.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of a traditional sports book or a bet between friends, you say hey, I bet that this outcome is going to happen. And the other person agrees. Okay, great. If that happens, then we'll exchange money. In this case, someone is buying a contract that states, hey, yes, when this thing happens, the contract will execute, and then you will get your money. So there's a paperwork layer in between this very simple layman's bar bet.
Mm-hmm.
There's a paperwork step in between that completely legalizes everything that they're doing, which is kind of crazy. The idea is that all of their contracts operate as yes or no kind of scenarios with end dates, times, things like that. Will Joey Chestnut eat more than 65 hot dogs?
Yeah, and there'll be multiple listed for the event. It'll go incrementally up. Will he eat more than 67? Will he eat more than 68?
Right.
Will he eat more than 69?
Exactly.
And then you bet or wager yes or no on those.
Yes, exactly. And it's completely market driven. Yep. So Kalshi doesn't set the odds. It doesn't set the percentages. It's holistically based on what the community feels like is going to happen. Mm-hmm. The community, whoever is buying these contracts, essentially. And what Kalshi does is take a small fee off of whatever the result is, essentially. If it's Joey Chestnut's going to eat 70 hot dogs and you guessed correctly, basically. Let's say you bet $100, they would give you $199, and they would take that $1 as a fee. That's how they make their money. So for instance, every market is a yes or no question with an end date. Contracts trade between 1 cent and 99 cents, and the price is the implied probability. The yes at 62 cents means that the market thinks that roughly a 62% chance of this thing would happen. If it resolves yes, each yes contract pays out $1 and each no pays $0. Your profit is the payout minus what you paid in fees. So it's a stock exchange. That's how they've gotten around the laws. But just like anything, you are gambling and wagering on what's happening. The idea, I guess, or the ability of how they've done this, when the company first founded, or where it was being first founded, they had a kind of prototype platform, a prototype app, but they actually were failing to get any meaningful law firm to represent them to come to Congress to be like, hey, we're trying to become a stock exchange.
Oh.
Right. So they actually spent $20 to $30 million, all the various founders in the beginning, all the different private equity firms, whatever, all the investors. That's where a lot of the upfront money was going, is just paying lawyers to get them a stock exchange license.
Interesting.
Basically. And then from there, it was like open season. Once they got that license,
once they had it.
Basically, it does not expire, or to just disallow it to expire, you just pay money. So like they'll have this contract for life, and it allows them to basically do anything if it's done like a stock exchange.
Damn, I didn't realize that. That's so that's incredibly powerful to have that in your wheelhouse. Like
exactly. So it's like they just found a loophole, and they are exploiting the absolute shit out of it.
What happens if multiple people are doing this?
I mean, you got to get your own stock exchange license. Like,
because
that's
right
not
now
cheap.
it's just Kalshi.
Yep.
But like, what happens in the next 5 years once we start to figure out the blueprint of this is the legislation they approved on these terms? If I just mirror literally exactly what they did to get approved, and in theory I get approved, what happens when you start having multiple of these stock exchanges?
I don't know.
I wonder if there's any kind of repercussions to that.
One of the major controversies that I'll bring up now, but we can maybe get into later, is that Trump's media company, Truth Social, is creating their own market prediction type of platform, exactly like Kalshi.
Beautiful.
Individuals can buy these wagering contracts. He wants to call it Truth Predict, which is ridiculous, but it's the same thing. And guess what? He can get immediate license and approval because he is who he is.
Yeah.
And he has these loyalists in place.
He'll
get that immediately. And then he's such a fucking grifter, It'll go live, and then dumbasses will start to wager on this app, Truth Predict. I don't have pity for anyone who goes on that app, by the way. Sorry.
I don't think he has an original thought either. He doesn't have an original business plan thought.
No,
I mean, it's like when they purchased the Hooters airline. The Trump family.
They purchased that?
You didn't? Yeah, Google that.
Hooters airline. I knew that the Hooters had an airline. It was one plane, right?
I'm pretty sure it was the Hooters airline that they purchased.
That's ridiculous.
Maybe I'm wrong, but definitely Google.
Let's just say it did.
Tell me I'm wrong in the comments. No, fuck you. Don't actually.
Hooters airline. First of all, crazy idea. Why don't we just have Twin Peaks up in the sky? No, Donald Trump did not purchase Hooters Air.
Damn it.
Hooters Air was actually started and owned by Hooters of America, led by restaurant chairman Robert H. Brooks in 2003. It shut down in 2006. Donald Trump did, however, have his own airline company, Trump Shuttle, which he bought from Eastern Airlines in 1989 and operated from 1992.
Okay.
So, no, you completely off the base there.
Yeah, I was not even... Well, I mean, I was close in the fact that he bought an existing airline. That's about it. But
okay.
I'm giving myself a point on that one, but I was not
sure.
right on Hooters, which is fun. I spread misinformation on the internet. Thank you for fact-checking me.
Yes, indeed. More information on, again, how is what they're doing legal. Again, what they're doing is selling these contracts, and what they specifically are derivative swaps.
Yeah.
Whoa, what the hell does that mean? What a derivative is, and a swap is a flavor of a derivative. Let's say, you grow corn.
Yeah.
You grow corn, and you're worried that the price of corn will crash when you go to harvest. Everyone will be harvesting at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So your price of corn will vary heavily when harvest comes around.
Yeah.
Today, before you plant, you can go to someone and say, hey, when harvest season is around the corner, can you promise to me that you will pay me a certain amount? We can lock that in today.
Okay.
That's a derivative. So no matter what, at this time when you're making this deal, neither of you has any corn. Maybe the corn has just been planted. You're trading a promise about the future. So that contract inherently has value. That contract can be bought and sold to other people based on how the market is. Let's say there's a massive corn surplus or something. I don't know. And that $5 contract could be worth actually way more than that, to buy corn per bushel at $5. So that's a derivative. A swap, however, is an additional flavor. That is when two parties agree money moves in one direction or the other based on how something turns out. So no corn ever changes hands. So in this example, a farmer and a distributor might be arguing about a derivative. Hey, you can promise me to buy my corn a certain amount. And then you can imagine two other people far off looking at their conversation, and they can just be talking with one another saying, hey, let's take a bet on if the corn season will be good this year.
Yeah.
And good is defined as 10,000 bushels per acre. I don't know, something like that. And they go, yeah, I'll take that bet.
Yeah.
That is a swap. Like that agreement is called a derivative swap. And so now, how does that apply to Kalshi? Kalshi's contracts simply state, will the Chiefs win? If yes, the money flows to the people who think they will win. If no, they flow the other way. So they are arguing that it's like a swap on a contract. It's the same logic. So it's not a wager.
Is there any legal investigation being done as to whether this is legal or not?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah. Okay.
So because of this, the only group able to, I guess, regulate stock exchanges and stock brokerage-like entities is a group called the CFTC. They're a child department of the SEC.
Okay.
The SEC is what regulates our regular stock economy now. Mm-hmm. The CFTC is a subdepartment that has dealt with the regulation of swaps only, swaps and derivatives. So Kalshi's entire legal scaffolding falls underneath that group.
Yeah.
And because they deal in these swaps, all of their regulation, according to them, comes from the federal level. So they can completely route around any state laws in regards to gambling. So like if the federal law for gambling to even buy the app and place these types of contract bets is 18 in one state and 20 in another, for example.
Yeah.
Because the federal law says 18, you can buy this app and do these types of wagerings in a state where the gambling age is 21. And the states do not like that. They're like, this is bullshit. This is like such an incredible loophole. States do not like that. Mainly because they don't get their cut of the pie.
I was going to say, that's really what it boils down to, is that they're not getting their money out of it.
Yeah,
but
they're not getting their cut of the pie. But yes, there are a lot of legal back and forth with this. The ex-chairman, he was an ex-board member of Kalshi, is on the CFTC board. So like
sick.
It's like he's already tied to the outcome of the app.
Yeah.
He can just continue to green light and green stamp all of what they are wanting to do.
Nothing's gonna happen to Kalshi. As long as Trump's also trying to do this, nothing's gonna happen to Kalshi until Kalshi is considered a competitor.
Exactly.
And everyone, which case, then it will potentially be a problem.
And over the last 2 or 3 years, money has been pouring in. They are a profitable company. They make anywhere between $200 to $500 million a year, and growing every year.
$9 off of me.
Yeah, see, yep. Those little fees add up.
$10.
Those little fees add up.
Oh no, I guess I technically did. No, they would have technically made money off of me, because I bet on 3 different.
They will always make money off you because they're just hosting the idea that
the
you and I
platform.
Right. Yeah. They're just an exchange. They're just a marketplace.
Yeah.
And they take a small fee. So imagine like we have a bet that the garage door will open in 5 minutes. I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You think it will? I don't think it will. There's an entity between us that's writing that down on a piece of paper like, Chet Dedham on this day and time will think this. And then he's right, Will Marsh will think that this is going to happen. Yeah. Okay, great. Sign on the bottom line here. Thank you. I'll take a fee after this bet is placed.
Yep.
That's all Kalshi is doing.
Winner gives me 5%.
Exactly. Yeah. That's all that Kalshi is theoretically doing here. But they are enabling everyone and anyone to do that, in a sense, against everything and anything. What people say, what people do, what sports are happening. And they've come out, a big part of this, again, is that sports betting is illegal in a lot of places.
Yeah.
It's starting to change and become legal in most places, but the way a sports book is built is inherently different than this. And states, again, are pretty peeved that they don't have any rights to regulate this app in their state, even though that the massive majority of the bets placed on the app are for sports. Even though there's Trump will say these 5 words in his next speech. 80% of the wagering that goes on this app is a sport-related thing.
Yeah.
So if a state says, hey, we don't allow sports gambling at all, and they say, well, we're just hosting these contracts.
Yeah.
Where 80% of the contracts are sports betting, Kalshi just goes, that's not our fucking problem.
Yeah. How do you think that they'll want to regulate this?
Oh, I mean, states just need a cut. That's how it will be regulated.
I could see there being regulation of like content.
Oh, like you can't have sports in my state.
You can't do like swaps on sports related
Probably.
material.
Probably. I mean, that's another way to do it.
Which is silly because it'll only hurt it. They should do what is the first suggestion is states get a cut. Like if that's going to be the limiting factor, then states need to get a cut, and then it's problem solved.
But I mean, they can easily, like the Kentucky Lottery. I mean, that's a state-sanctioned, supported, thing. Just have it kind of applied to the statewide sporting events. I don't know. States are just, turns out, shit, we didn't exploit the loophole before this private company.
Yeah.
And now people are
we don't like it.
pouring money into this company. So, again, they make around $200 to $500 million a year, which is plenty of money. That's great. However, they are valued right now at $22 billion.
Fuck yeah.
That's because people just keep pouring money to get equity incentive, right, into the business. Which a big one is the Trump connection here. Kalshi granted Donald Trump Jr. roughly $300,000 in equity when he joined as a strategic advisor in 2025. The company was valued at that time under $2 billion. It's now at $22 billion. So Donald Trump Jr. just has made 10x his money just by being in the room.
Immediately just by being in the room.
Donald Trump Jr. also advises Polymarket, a kind of pseudo-competitor to Kalshi. And he has his own capital investment firm. And Trump Media has announced their own prediction market. Brian Quintense, nominated to the chair of the CFTC, was himself a Kalshi board member. I mentioned that. So again, Trump has appointed an ex-Kalshi executive to his board of people meant to regulate the app.
Why couldn't we have been Nepo babies?
You just gotta be lucky, dog.
Like
you
we're in a
lucky,
garage talking about how other people are making a fuckload of money right now.
Yep.
It's like, yay.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to buy in bulk at Costco.
Yeah. We're down here in the trenches, dude.
Yeah, no.
We're the ones betting on the app.
Fucking
they're
betting on how many hot dogs you're going to eat.
Yeah, exactly. How many Costco hot dogs are you going to eat today? The federal government actually told the company to ignore a court. How's that possible?
The Kalshi, they told them to ignore.
So on August 11th, 2026, just
awesome.
like 12 days ago, the CFTC chairman Mike Selig invoked an emergency power used only 6 times before and not ever since 1980. Ordering Kalshi to keep operating nationwide, even though New York sued, seeking an additional $36 billion, calling it an illegal gambling operation. So a state said, hey, Kalshi, you're propping up illegal gambling.
Yeah.
And then Mike Selig, as a part of the CFTC, he was a CFTC chairman, the organization, the department of the federal government meant to regulate the app, said, you don't have to worry about that at all because all of your regulatory policy is handled by us, the feds, and we're all corrupt and pieces of shit, basically.
I mean, see, this is where the state
and that that's happened 6 times previous in any major way.
See, this is where the state's response is the wrong response. You can't sue because technically they're not breaking any rules, so you can't sue, right? Because when you're suing, you're trying to say someone broke the rules and I'm bringing them to face value of like I've been wronged in some way. And they have specifically broken these infractions. But if it's true that they've not broken any, and you're trying to apply a letter to the law, state laws against a federal entity, then clearly this is grounds for this group to go, the CFTS group, to say like CFTC to say you don't have to listen to that because they're trying to apply state laws to you, and it's only federal. But what the state needs to do is say, if you're going to operate, like there needs to now be a state law that's including this organization. Like you have to start creating those laws. That's what regulation means.
Yeah.
Is there's none there now, and regulation needs to be introduced if that's what you want. You can't just go sue somebody as a fast result. Like that's just not.
Yeah. Yep, I can agree. And again,
from the hip response.
The best way to regulate this is just to make your own.
Yeah.
Just become a
one.
competitor. Yeah. That is how you'll get the outcome faster for you, I think.
Wait, that's actually really smart. What if states specifically had like, I mean, we have state lottery.
Yes, exactly.
So why not just have a state funded, a state specific group? And then it's like, if you're in the state, you have to do exchanges through the state one or a state sanctioned alternative.
My guess
and then the state gets a portion of any proceeds from groups like Kalshi. That's probably.
I'm sure all that's trying to happen right now. This is all very hot off the presses. I'm sure it will take at least a year or more for that stuff to come to the forefront. Because lawyers and litigations, they just take forever.
Yeah.
So another mention, we've been mentioning this before: insider trading and mention markets. Trump's longtime teleprompter operator allegedly made over $90,000. Betting on what words the president would say across more than a dozen speeches in 3 months, including the State of the Union. Kalshi froze this person's account and kept nearly all of the profit, and this person was suspended. Regulators have since opened an inquiry into mention markets generally. The DOJ separately alleged a Google engineer used internal data for 1.2 million. No. Oh God.
So
I said Google and my phone tried to record my voice.
It's still probably going to be considered insider trading if Trump is selling his speeches.
I don't know.
Trump is allowed to say, here's a platform that I can sell my speech in advance. They probably are going to have some legal writing somewhere that says like, hey, you can't bet on this information. This is purely for entertainment of being able to have presidential speeches before they're said.
Yeah.
But then of course people are just going to take that information and do the things that they shouldn't. But Kalshi doesn't know who does and doesn't have this subscription.
Yeah, exactly. So like and another interesting thing about this is that the Kalshi contracts that you buy, these wagers, you can cash them out at any time after you buy them. Yep. So, if you have a bet like, oh, the sports team is going to win their game, you can cash that out if you have a favorable odd in the middle of the game. You don't have to wait till the end.
Yeah.
So in this circumstance, buying a contract that states that Trump will say these words at this time, he can release his speech 2 minutes before he starts speaking. And anyone who has access to that 2 minutes can then massively inflate or construe the actual odds. They start buying all the yes contracts or the no contracts, right?
Yeah.
And fuck over everyone else that didn't have that info right at that moment, right? That's the idea. And another big thing, now this I think is truly not ethical, is that the normal person out there in the world is getting rinsed in these betting apps. So a Roosevelt Institute analysis found retail traders, which is all of us normal people, on Kalshi have lost over $500 million since launch, mostly on sports. A study of Polymarket data found that the top 1% of users captured 76.5% of all trading gains.
Holy shit.
So the top 1% is slaughtering.
It's so skewed.
Exactly.
Oh my God. That's
that to
way
me,
more than...
I was bringing this up to Shelby, and I was like, blah, 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 betting apps, they're like barely skating a legal line. And she was like, well, if you're going to wager, you're kind of signing yourself up for this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And this, to me, is the only data point that says, like, okay, now it's truly not fucking fair.
Yeah, now
I agree.
You have an argument that it's no longer fair.
It's not a 50-50 shot against anyone on the planet. Like, it's clearly heavily sided.
It's so filtered to just put lining pockets of the 1%. Great. Awesome.
Yep. So you're not only up against the team owners, the team executives. These individuals can get on the app and bet for their own teams with insider knowledge, right? You're also betting against these huge firms that have whole departments dedicated to literally just these contracts, right? These are stock brokerage contracts.
Damn.
They have different information. They have different financial models. They have all this powerful big stuff that you, the drunk guy, you know, watching the game after a couple of beers are like, I think they're going to lose. Click. You know, people out there making fuckloads of money off this aren't doing that. They have supercomputers.
Yeah.
You know, betting this stuff or buying these contracts. So, another big controversy is Kalshi claims head over heels that they're not a sports book, but 80% of all the wagers placed on their contracts bought on their site is for sports.
Yeah.
So, like, you are a sports book.
But this is where we were talking about, like, they can say that they're not a sports book because specifically, while the content is mostly related to sports, the way that it's exchanged is not.
Exactly.
Right. So that's
their entire legal framework.
The entire basis of it. Yeah.
They also have recently been instituting margin, so you can actually borrow money from Kalshi to then place on these contracts. And then Kalshi will be like, "Oh, you owe us that money."
Yeah.
If your contract failed or something.
Back.
Yeah. So now you're now in debt to them. That is fucked up. That's fucking crazy. That's just like, again, if someone's addicted to heroin, what should you not do? Give them a super heroin. You know, that's like what they're doing. They're enabling these addicts to really spiral downwards.
What? Okay. Does our current stock exchange allow that? Does the stock exchange in New York allow?
So it's
loaning?
not the stock exchange. It's who your brokerage is. So like Robinhood or Charles Schwab.
That's a good point. Yeah.
They can say, hey, you can exchange stocks or whatever with our money. We'll lend it to you.
Damn.
So you're taking out like these microloans kind of thing. That's what margin is, more or less.
But Robinhood does allow that. They do that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Kalshi is doing that as well. Kalshi is also has these, you know, behavioral influence UI UX strategies. Like, hey, you know, if I'm a gambling addict and I just lost or won, doesn't really matter. It tells me, like, oh, hey, if you would have won, you would have gotten this much. Right.
Oh,
it's that like addiction hook, you know?
Crushing. Yeah. They show you what could have been. Oh, man.
Or even before you bet.
Fuck.
Even before you bet, you know, let's say it's heavily weighted. It's like a 90-10 bet. Everyone thinks something specific is going to happen, the 90%.
Yeah.
It will tell you that, hey, as a 10%er, you could win this amount of money.
Yes.
You know, you bet on the little guy.
Oh, yeah. And that's how I made my bets. I was like, for $1, I could win $82 right now if I put money in on this.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just $1. Fuck it.
Yep, exactly. Another thing is that they're going around all the state age laws. That's a big problem. The current CEO has gone back and publicly kind of fought against the previous founders, which I'll get into a little bit. The previous founders saying that, hey, what they're doing is completely legal. The previous founders think that this has gone out of hand. Like, this is out of control.
Yeah.
Basically. And the current CEO is like, fuck you, we're making loads of money.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's representing the company, of course.
This also, in kind of a side issue, has brought into question what it means to be a tribal, have your casino be on tribal land, because those are very specific to lands or regions. But if a casino can do this, does that completely route around every single law? Like, if a tribal casino had an app that allowed them to do that, like, it just brings forth other legal questions, I suppose.
Other potential scenarios that have not been fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
I mean, there just hasn't been enough attention around it. This has not existed really in this fashion, so there's no regulation around it.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, in a sense.
Definitely a Wild West scenario. That's for sure.
It is. And like any loophole, like any legal loophole based on an addiction, people are flooding in because they're collecting.
Yeah.
They are collecting so hard. A little information about the founders and the timeline of the company. So in 2018, the company was founded by two individuals, a Tariq Mansour and Luana Lopez Lara. Tariq is the CEO and Luana Lara is the COO. They met as IT undergrads. Mansour was born in California, raised in Lebanon. with MIT degrees in math and computer science. He interned at Goldman Sachs and traded at Citadel, where he kind of gained his financial knowledge, I guess.
So he's like, I know how to make platforms, and now I just learned about financing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Perfect combination.
Yeah.
Luana spent 8 years at the Bolshoi Ballet Academy in Joinville, Brazil, before switching to computer science. So heavily disciplined person.
What?
The collective idea later came when they were both interning as at a capital trading firm. From 2018 to 2020, they contacted more than 40 law firms, and none of them would take them on as they were too young and too small.
Yeah.
Again, the major idea is that we need a regulatory framework for what we're doing or what we're looking to do, because it doesn't really exist anymore or right now.
Yeah. 2
years with no product at all, and if regulatory approval didn't come, the company was worth $0. Lopez built from London during the pandemic while Mansour was in Beirut. He was there for the port explosion. Remember when huge...
Yeah.
So he was there helping, bringing people out of the rubble and stuff. He was kind of acting as like an ambulatory nurse kind of person. Wow. He was doing that during the day and then building out the Kalshi kind of back end at night, which was interesting.
So wait, this person, what school did they go to?
Tariq went to MIT. They both went to MIT.
Okay. So what's the term? Why am I blanking on what kind of school it is?
An Ivy League school?
Ivy League, thank you. Both of them go to an Ivy League school. Mm-hmm. Then they leave there. They have a beautiful idea. Who are their parents?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look that far.
Okay. I'm like, how deep does this go?
If he was in Beirut, he was probably visiting family. He was just in that part of the country during COVID. He was definitely
that's true. He's probably
seeing his family.
Much.
And then the explosion happened, and then he was just helping clean up.
I wonder. Yeah, I would love to know the history of their families. Like, who are these people? Are they truly just random folks who had a great idea, or
I'm sure
were they cultivated in a?
You don't get to MIT without some level of connection and influence. So I doubt they're completely
maybe I should
servicing
say affluence, but yes.
Yeah. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I'm not sure. I didn't look into that, but who knows? During 2018 to 2020, they reportedly raised and spent $30 million on various legal fees, lawyer firms, law firms, et cetera, to become a company. And in 2020, they were able to secure their license, and Kalshi became the first fully regulated U.S. financial exchange built specifically on event contracts, which is the entire thing about how they this one license that they got has allowed them to operate exactly how they have today. So this was like the tipping point.
I wonder what was the concern from the other law groups. If it took them so long to finally find somebody, and then they do find someone and it just works right away. What was the concern? What part of the argument were they concerned that they were not going to get the win or the approval? I'd be curious to know.
I'm sure. It just took so long. 2 years to just file, get connections with the government. I don't know. It took a long time.
That's I bring that up because that's it's a very interesting roadblock. You don't hear about that being a potential issue with any organization. Yeah. And all of a sudden it's a big problem to even introduce. Why is that a big problem? If it was so easy to be solved by one group, but yet so many other groups are like, no, this is impossible. You can't do this. Why?
I don't know.
I
don't know. That's a good question. I'm sure money was exchanging hands behind closed
doors. And so this is
sure.
Where I'm kind of leading into was when the approval ever happened, was it actually on the basis of a good argument, or was this already confirmed behind closed doors and now a formal process just had to happen?
Yeah, I don't know, because again, this type of contract stuff is pretty serious. This isn't a fun little app to gamble on. That this is a very serious conversation, I would imagine. And bringing to a federal legislator or someone on a committee meant to make a choice, and you're like, so we want to have people bet on stuff, but not in the way you think. They'd be like, the fuck you talking about? Get out of my... We're talking about serious stuff here. you'd think.
And yes, no, that's a great point because it's like, what was the sales pitch? What was the pitch to get them like this platform that somebody was just like, yeah, that makes sense. Go right ahead.
It was probably, because of that, I think it was just a complete, legal battle of this is how we're doing it, and this is completely legal, and all you have to do is sign off on it, Mr. Legislator or whatever. And there are ways to make people sign off on them.
Yeah,
we all know that.
What's the benefit?
Good question.
Does the federal government see any additional benefit from this existing? Because if the states don't, does the federal level?
I don't know. They're the regulatory body. It's not like taxes go to like that committee directly or that department. It's all based down on the individual who would, would profit off of something happening or not happening. I'm thinking it's a cartel. This is mob type stuff. I feel this is just mob type stuff, but in open public forums. So in July 2021, that's when Kalshi launched. And it was a very quiet start. On their app, they only had, you can bet on the weather, you can bet on like inflation standards, you can bet on economic indicators, so not sports at all. However, they quickly transitioned to sports about a year or two after that. So again, even though Kalshi has always claimed that it's a bet on everything app, it's majority sports betting.
Yeah.
In 2025, so we're fast forwarding a little bit. In 2025, they closed their year having had or managed $24.8 billion in trading volume, contract trading volume.
I wonder how broad the topic sport is. Right? Here's my example. Mm-hmm. Is a food eating competition a sport?
That's a great thought. And there was, I can find it here in my notes maybe. There was a section, I may have deleted it.
Yeah.
Based on what a game is, what a sport is. And a judge in like 2004 or something ruled that a game is anything where like a competition of people exists and they win based on a set of rules. Like that's a game.
That's a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that in of itself is like kind of a sport. Like people can compete and be better at that idea.
Because like in that same measure, you would say like a chess tournament is if somebody were to wager on who would win a chess tournament, that's considered a sport.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say
but
so.
in it, no part in my mind do I go chess is a sport.
Yeah, not the way you might think.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing with like eating competition. Like, is that a sport? I guess it kind of is.
Yeah.
By that definition, a lot of things are sports.
I would say like a food eating competition is closer to a sport than a chess tournament because it requires like a physical enablement, right? Whereas chess is like purely strategy and computing with brain power. There's no like physicality to it, but like food is definitely like there's a level of like a physical fitness that you have to have. You have to train.
Yeah, no one can just go up there and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So in 2025, this was the year that they grew the fastest. So in 2025, they hosted $24 billion worth in trade volume.
Damn.
Over 97 million individual transactions. That was up 1,100% from last year. So insane growth. Imagine if your company grew 1,000% in 1 year. That's nuts. The COO, Laura became the world's first self-made woman billionaire.
Good for her.
In 2025. So yeah, that I would say is about it on Kalshi. And with all that being said, I mean, what do you think about it? Me personally, I like the idea of gambling. I think it should be something that anyone, based on an age and you're just, how developed your brain is, should be able to do relatively freely. But regardless of who you are, if you're the blue collar worker who's just trying to grab a beer and hit the slot machines a couple of times versus the, billionaire fucking connected politician, the blue collar person and the billionaire politician should have an equal chance of winning. Right. That to me is fair. This is not fair.
Here's my problem with that. I agree with you. At its core, I think that when you gamble, it should be fair.
Yeah. It should be like a consensual thing.
Here's the problem. We just did scratch-offs, and you and I both know scratch-offs are consistently heavily skewed. A losing game. They are not fair. They're not meant to be fair. They're meant for, like, financial gain for the state's education systems.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we still participate in those.
Right.
And those are allowed because the state is who's receiving that. Right.
Yeah.
So they love it.
Yeah, because like in the end, some of the money is like going for good. It's going to education.
Yes.
This money is not going to any of that.
I just think that there needs to be more regulation around what is happening with the money when it's being collected by Kalshi, right? Is if you're operating within these particular states, a percentage of all transactions go towards an education fund, like something to that effect.
Yeah.
But I inherently don't think there's anything wrong with the platform. Here's my caveat to that. Oh my God, fuck off. There definitely needs to be more additional monitoring, additional steps to monitoring insider trading. That
1,000%.
It has opened up opportunity that Kalshi can't control. Because you can't simply know what someone's thinking in their head when they're making a gamble. That is only produced by evidence from this person has this connection. They were exposed to this material in a meeting, and then they took that material from that meeting that they were a part of, and then they went and placed a bet on Kalshi that did have a large payout. Because if they lose, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
They lost their money. That's not insider trading to lose. It's only insider trading when you win. So point being is that
that's what Kalshi says is an argument. They're like, we just host the contracts. Whatever happens outside is not our problem.
It's not our problem, which I kind of see where they're coming from. But the problem is that there's no additional regulation on the outside stuff. Yeah. And I do think that Kalshi has a partial responsibility to make sure that insider trading is not happening. There needs to be some like preemptive efforts, but I say that with also in the same context of I don't know how they would do it. I don't know how they would regulate that. Like that everything has to be like
I would just say like
incident.
Hey, if you're connected, I mean, I don't know how they would enforce this, but if you're connected directly to the output, you're not allowed to bet on it.
Yeah.
If you're the Chiefs head coach, if you're the Dallas Cowboys chief, whatever person, you're not allowed to download this app. Like,
but like,
there's like a legal structure around who are you in society. You're not allowed to be on this app.
But as you change in society, how would that even like follow you on this app?
I don't know.
That'd be crazy.
I don't know. And you can like, let's say you're a rich billionaire.
Yeah.
You could just have me download the app, a normal schmuck, and we just, you can take 90% and I'll take 10. Just
I wonder if organizations have a Kalshi app, or do you have to be a person?
Yeah, I mean you can. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it just comes down to who's placing the contract bet.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you can have 1,000 accounts. If you make 1,000 unique emails, make 1,000 accounts.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably 1,000 bank accounts. I'm sure. Again, the investment firms they have the time and effort to make 1,000 different bank accounts or make 1,000 different emails to do exactly this and sway the numbers. I will say again, I would agree with you that it's a problem that in something like this, the money is literally just going to bad guys' pockets.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, the top 1% of winners on the app account for 76% of all winnings ever.
Yeah.
That's an insane number. That's fucked up. Would you play the lottery if you only learned that millionaires got the fucking money?
Yeah.
No.
And you have a 24% chance of potentially winning any money.
Right.
24%.
Like, yeah,
no thanks.
Expected value? No, that's fucked up. And so I would be completely fine with states getting their piece of the pie so that the money goes to something to better the community,
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. And then what you said earlier about the level of consent when it comes to signing up for these things and gambling, going to casino. We both know vehemently that scratchers often lose. We know that.
Yeah.
They're fun. We scratch them. Sometimes we win. Today we won. Woohoo. But imagine if someone else, a millionaire, billionaire, an executive, a whatever person, special person, walked up to the same the same lottery machine that we do, and they win 76% of the time and we lose 24%. Like, that's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
That's fucked up. That's not fair. Even though it's a consensual type of thing, I signed up for this. Like, why is someone else winning way more than me?
Winning.
It's no way it's just based on luck.
No, and I agree with that. There's definitely insider trading that's happening that we don't know about. Kalshi may not even really know about. They might be able to piece together who's doing it because they see who that 1% is. So they know in some capacity these people are clearly favoring, like they're getting way favorable odds than everyone else.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be flat 50-50. Everybody has a chance to win something because they're truly playing with the knowledge of not knowing who's going to have the outcome, the better outcome. I have a potential proposal for you. What if we did away with state or federal taxes?
Okay.
But they took much larger chunks from all gambling sources, all of them. So all of our taxes, all of our
so many people would just not gamble.
But do you think that you would gamble more if you didn't have to pay taxes, but you knew that the state was getting a bigger cut from your potential winnings?
I don't know if I would gamble more. I mean, that to me simply says, I can save lots of money by not gambling. That's what I would do. I wouldn't gamble.
I think I could see myself gambling
I might be
more.
going slightly more.
I feel like there would almost be like a bigger moral obligation to be like, hey, gambling actually like benefits everyone, the community, because now your winnings, if you do win or if you don't win, because like think about it with like just $5, right? We go and buy a scratch off. If you lose, everyone justifies a loss by it goes to the education system, right? They're like, okay, I just gave $5 to the education system. Who cares, right? But if you think about that from all sources of gambling, if you walk up to the table, right, and you're prepared to lose $250, I guarantee you people will justify it of like, it's going to the state. It's going to our roads. It's going It's going to, like a community center. Like it's going to a good place. Do you think that people would gamble more?
It would definitely.
I think so.
It would definitely increase the number, the amount gambled for sure. But would I go more? I mean, I don't really hardly even go. I go like once a year, if that. Would I go like once a quarter? Yeah. Maybe. But I mean, I would really be incentivized to never go because if I don't go, I don't pay taxes. Like, that's great. Yeah, like, imagine if you were just told, like, hey, if you don't live on these streets, you don't pay taxes. Everyone would work to not be on those streets. I would say people would avoid it. Anyway,
I just think that I think that more people would gamble.
For sure. That I think is true.
But I say that as in I think that our state, if they want things like Kalshi to be regulated and for them to have a cut, that's really, they just need to make different regulations so that they earn a portion of it in the same capacity. Incentivize people to play it and so that it's going to a good source. Kalshi's getting somewhat of a bad rep right now because their winnings are not going to these good things, and we see these CEOs becoming billionaires, and so it's like, if I were to see it going to a good source, I wouldn't be as upset about this.
Yeah.
But it's not. And then we also know that it's not fair. So
yeah, exactly. Yep, that's my thought. But I think everyone likes a good little gamble every once in a while. What do you think of the idea that, again, whether you're betting on sports or on what Trump says or whatever, the idea that here in Kentucky we collectively have agreed? When I say collectively, I mean you elect representatives that then make those choices, but we've collectively agreed that the gambling age is 21. Let's just say that's. I don't know if that's what it is, but we've agreed.
I don't remember.
But then you can download this app, and then you can start gambling at younger ages. Like, is that kind of fucked up? That it's going around what we as a collective state feel like is the right thing. Now, I know that I never feel actually represented, but, does that really matter?
This is a tough question because I do believe there is interpretation to laws. And if you make a law that's very black and white, such as like age restrictions, and then an organization says like, we don't fit your age restriction law to the T, so therefore it doesn't apply to us, I don't think that's the organization's fault. I think that's the lawmaker's fault.
Mm-hmm.
They did not write a law with such foresight, which is fair. Like, I'm not saying that they need to be fortune tellers, but this is one of those things that you have to go, we have to expand what this law is. Lawmakers government workers that we pay with our taxes need to go, okay, this is something that we need to regulate. It is my job to now introduce more regulation to capture this, if that's what the people even want, right? We, of course, have said things like age restrictions at 18 and 21 is typically the consensus, but these things evolve and have to change and have to grow. Like age restrictions used to be much younger, and then we changed them over time because we realized that, hey, brains are not developing at the rate that we thought that they were. We should make these age restrictions later.
Yeah.
But we never made any age restrictions with the U.S. military. People at 18 can go, not 21, but yet you have to wait till you're 21 to drink. Yep. And I think that's ludicrous. But there's no incentive. No one is incentivizing the U.S. military to raise their age to 21 because they're able to take advantage of 18-year-olds who are in a financially burdened place and potentially need to join the military, or they're able to take care of able to take advantage of younger minds that aren't able to fully develop and understand that, hey, what I'm seeing on I just saw a U.S. Marines ad that was it was like a fucking movie. It was
like a Modern Warfare.
No, seriously, it was like a sniper laying in tall grass, and it was like the U.S. Marines is silent, and a sniper silent shot. And then it goes until it's not. And then it's just warfare. Warfare. And I'm like, this is a cool commercial. An 18-year-old saw that and was like, holy shit, I want to do that.
Yeah. Have you heard? It's ridiculous, first off. I mean, it's just propaganda.
It's propaganda.
It's propaganda.
So, but this is where I say something like Kalshi, where they go, look, we just made something. And sure, on the table, you put everything out. It looks like intentionally we're fitting through these loopholes, when in reality it's like they had an idea, they wanted to find out the legality of it. A lot of people probably told them, no, this is illegal, until a lawyer sat down and said, this is actually something we can probably make legal. We just need to define what we're doing is legal, not illegal, and then we get to do it.
Yeah, seriously.
And that's it. That's
to me,
somebody did their job. Now someone in the state or federal needs to do their job with regulations if people have that big of a problem with it.
And then on the flip side, again, the states are trying to do that right now.
Yeah.
And the CFTC, that sub-department, is actively saying, you have no jurisdiction here. There is no law that you can make that will redefine what we and what the app can do in service.
But that's when federal lawmakers need to step in.
But they don't, because they're getting back alley, checks being written, blank checks, or their cabal loyals person's like getting.
I mean, but I think that's a bigger problem. You're talking about corruption to the utmost level.
Yes, I am.
Right. So I see what you're saying, where you're like, there's no opportunity for federal lawmakers because they're being incentivized so heavily not to make these laws. But now we're on a different problem. That's the workflow that still needs to happen. Mm-hmm. But these federal lawmakers are, they're just being corrupted by everything.
Speaking on the Marines, I think it was a National Guard incentive. So any of the reservists, maybe, I'm not sure, people who are actively on active duty.
Yeah.
There was a incentive that the National Guard, I think, wrote out, which was, hey, if you join the military now, when GTA 6 comes out, we'll give you 4 days off to go play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Dude, it was like, let's just target a demographic right now.
Like, I know.
Because they're literally going after people who are like, oh, wait, I wouldn't have to use my 5-6 sick days this year to go play GTA, because in the military I would get 4 days off. Mm-hmm. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane, and I guarantee you, in some capacity, it worked.
Probably got some people to sign up.
I bet you some people.
I mean, I doubt that it got someone who did not want to join.
Yeah.
But it definitely got people who were already going to join to go, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just go ahead and
thing.
confirm that that's what I want. And then they're not going to fulfill that obligation in any way.
Probably not.
Because there's no way in legal documentation does it say anywhere like this U.S. military member gets 4 days off for GTA 6.
No, definitely not.
And then they're calling up Rockstar going, cancel the project. Do not ever release it.
Release it.
We can't afford to give people 4 days off. It's too much money.
Yeah, go figure. Well, guys, that's our show. If you bet or buy contracts on Kalshi, start to use that language. You're not betting or wagering; you're buying contracts.
Buying contracts. Imagine that's like one of those bullshit. Like, what do you do?
I buy contracts.
I buy contracts.
I buy and sell a derivative swaps.
Yeah.
On a multi
makes you sound so fucking pompous
on a national trading platform.
Yeah.
I day trade. I fucking am a degenerate sports gambler. That's what that means.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Watch out.
Shit, maybe I need to do that.
Try it out.
Honestly.
Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you have a local billionaire nearby, seek them out and appreciate it. They're always
Bro, you can't say that.
Okay, sorry. Seek them out and write them a letter.
You literally can't. Go.
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Or at least I think that you can't be like that. Maybe you can. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't say you heard it here. Then go do it.
Okay, I'll cut that out because I think that is inciting violence. I'll cut that out. What I meant to say, or what I am meaning from my heart, is find your local billionaire and go to the nearest public space and write signs and say that person needs to be investigated.
Please beep
do that.
It. Please beep it when you do it. Don't actually cut the segment. Just beep what you said.
Do what you can. Find that legal loophole to really make their lives a worse place. How about that? That's what they've done to us.
That's true. That's true. I'm totally for that. Find a legal position that makes those groups. And that's what I'm going to reference because it doesn't have to just be the uber rich. Those groups that are manipulating the American minds and market against lower and middle class people. Find the groups that are fucking manipulating them and don't support them. Make their lives hell.
Yeah.
Because the little man down here is having a hard time.
Yeah. Gas is coming up again.
Yeah, it is.
Gas by your house is like $3.80.
Ridiculous.
It's like almost $4.
I haven't had to buy gas in a while though, but yeah, no, it's.
You could pay that gas subscription from 2 episodes ago. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will cut out certain parts because I guess that's what's needed.
No, don't cut it. Just beep it. Just beep it. It's fine. Just beep.
But the billionaires can retract that beep. They can re-engineer this. I don't know.
Nah.
I'm sure they could. Who knows? Anyway, guys, take it easy. Have a great week.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.